Hey everybody, AYBL Maine here again. I got rained out for tennis today, so I figured I can go ahead and crank out this 1973. That'll put me in year 5 of the top 5 albums for every year that I've been alive. So let's continue on. In my top 5 for this year, a brand new one who wasn't in the top 5 a couple months ago, Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It's a little bloated in places, and I know it has a lot of filler. I mean, double albums are going to tend to have that, but the title track's really great, and my favorite song from the album is a really good song. If he did more of that type of stuff, I'd be all on board the Elton train. Um, Gray Seal, just banging out the keys in that track. It is just a wonderful track to listen to. Also, in my top 5 for the year is Tom Waits' Closing Time. I Hope I Don't Fall in Love with You is probably one of my top 20 songs of all time. Just this wonderfully, boom, boom, boom type of love song where it's just kind of hammering out these little notes and everything. And a guy's talking about a girl that he's afraid to approach in a bar. And by the time he finally would have gotten the courage enough to walk up to her, well, it's closing time. And she's already gone home for the night. So Tom's voice is a little bit different to get used to, but I suggest you run his discography. He's an amazing artist, great songwriter, and Closing Time is my favorite album by Tom Waits. Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. Definitely here, obviously the title track is, the most infamous track on there. Even though Let's Get It On is my third favorite Marvin Gaye album behind the Trouble Man soundtrack and What's Going On. Still worth a listen to. Marvin put all 3 of those albums out in the same little 3 or 4 year span. So he was really going for the gusto there. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Obviously going to be in top 5s like across the spectrum. It is not my favorite Pink Floyd album. Wish You Were Here is. But it is no doubt one of the best 5 albums of this year. And even if I were ranking the top 100 albums of all time, both Wish You Were Here and Dark Side of the Moon are definitely going to be there anyway. So, good concept album. It's one of those albums where you should listen to it from the beginning to the end. Not really a track-oriented type of album for yourself, but definitely worth that listen, guys. Number 1 for me is going to be Stevie Wonder as he goes through that 5-album discography that I told you to, where he was just cranking them out. Innervisions. Check it out. It's got Higher Ground on it. Living for the City. Also, Mr. Know-It-All is the track that kind of closes out the side 2 of the album. It's just great stuff. I'm just a huge Stevie Wonder fan over the last couple years, and I can't say enough great things about the guy. Now to the infamous Shade album that I always like to throw out there. The album that I was told that I would love but didn't. And we've kind of touched on that because I've covered The Who before and how much I didn't really like their rock operas or their concept albums. Quadrophenia just fell right into that mold for me. Now, that being said, I did appreciate the repeating motif of Love Reign Over Me throughout the album and ending the whole album with that song is just fantastic. But concept albums like that are that large just feel really bloated to me, and I don't really want to absorb that much music for that amount of time sometimes, and so I think that kind of pulls it down. So I didn't like the album that much. I'm not saying that after my second or third, maybe fourth listen it might grow on me. Maybe it will, but upon first listen I just really wasn't feeling it, guys. So that's my album that everyone said I would love, but I didn't. So that's for 1973, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. You guys take care, and I'll see you on 1974.